A truly fulfilling, happy, and extraordinary life starts with being intentional. So I ask you, are you living an intentional life? Is the career path you've chosen intentional? Before we dive right into intentional living, I'd like to help you understand what intentional living implies. Intentional living is thinking ahead, deliberately making choices that align with your goals, values, and beliefs. Therefore, intentional living is a life lived by design and not by default. Intentional living is a life that is lived on intent and not by impulse. When it comes to living truly purposeful, deliberate, and intentional life, there are foundations to build upon. The first is your attitude. Your attitude must be that of intentionality. Yes, your attitude determines how well you will live a fulfilled life. The second point you might have to consider today is your use of time. Live like one who is pressed for time. Live like one who doesn't even have time anymore. Make use of your time because this matters in a life that is truly extraordinary. My third point is you must be intentional about your relationships. Yes, some people don't know this. Your relationship matters. If you want to live a happy, fulfilling, and extraordinary life of impact, you must become intentional about the kind of people you spend your time with, the people you invest your time with, the people you listen to, the people you surround yourself with, the people you share your ideas with, and the people you work with. All of these have a lot to do in your life. Set boundaries. There are people that you don't need in your life, while there are people you may have to work an extra effort to get into their space or get them into your space. And you must be intentional in this regard. My fourth point is planning. A truly intentional life also boils down to having strategic plans. This is what you live by, the way you want to use your resources, the way you want to use your time, the way you want to live, the actions you need to take. All of these have a way to impact your life, and you have to be deliberate about your plan. The last, which is not the least, is creating structures and systems into your life. A truly extraordinary life must have structures and systems. When we talk about structures and systems, they allow you to live out your values. They allow you carry out the actions that will help you live a truly happy and fulfilling life. Create structures deliberately around the things that matter to you. In summary, let us take into consideration the factors that are listed for truly intentional living. The first is the attitude of intentionality. Very important. And the second point that I talked about is your use of time. The third point I talked about is having strategic relationships. You must be intentional about the people you surround yourself with. The fourth point that I made mention of is planning. You must have planning in place about the actions to take, your use of your resources, and all of that. There must be a plan. As the saying goes, if you don't have a plan for your life, you will fall into someone else's plan. And guess what? They don't really have much for you. The last, which is not the least, is putting structures and systems in place. I hope with these few points, you will make up your mind to go for truly intentional living. So this is all for now, and I hope you take good care of yourself because you really matter to the world. We all do. Thank you. See you next time.